Is Antonio Pierce the head coach of the future for the Raiders? I feel like he has to be.
Like I said, if they fumble this one, because I even said with Bisaccia, obviously you can say how the fuck that was going to go now. We can argue. I could argue with someone forever about how it would have gone now. But at the time, it felt right? And they dropped that bag, and so we saw what happened next. Man, oh man, did we see what happened with the Josh McDaniels experiment? So all I'm going to say is, if Mark Davis has not learned from his previous mistakes and he wants to go be hard-headed again, he deserves everything he has coming.
I honestly feel like this is one of those things where it's like it happened last time. Even if I'm wrong this time, I can't not attempt it.
Seeing how the fan base and the team is responding to him, if you tell him to leave the building, I truly believe you're clueless. Because again, not even that he might not be the guy long-term, but he is definitely at least the guy right now. And I have no doubt about that. I really, and it's more anything like, and that sounds a little contradictory, but I think to your point, like what I'm really trying to say is I'm not certain he's that guy for sure, but you cannot swing and miss if he is. Like, you have got to at least give him a shot.
No. And also I think it's like the players are playing so hard where it's like, okay, do we bring Josh Jacobs back next year? You know, we can bring Jaden Daniels into a type of offense and environment like this and not have to worry about it. The only reason I say Jaden Daniels, they're in QB3 range, and he mentioned Antonio Pierce in one of his speeches. So I think the Raiders get a quarterback, keep Antonio Pierce, and really stack up on the O-line.
And I was going to say, Aiden O'Connell as a backup, that is a great situation to be in, because that's my other note is it's like AOC has showed who he is, right? Like, and could he develop into something more? For sure. I'm not trying to like limit him, but as of right now, he's not a starter in the league.
No.
He is a very good backup. As of right now. It's just his first year. You can develop into more. But right now, that's just where it stands. You got to get yourself a starter if you're the Raiders.
Jack Jones, pick 6, back-to-back weeks.
And was this the first corner that the Patriots have released in fucking forever where it actually ends up being the opposite? The Patriots are the one releasing the good corner?
He just had so many like off-field issues, and like Antonio Pierce taught him in high school, or coached him in high school.
See, I did not know this.
Yeah, coached him in high school, and then I believe in college too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's a great little tidbit then.
I think that is what the reason he's snapping. Max Crosby, no sacks either.
And we got to talk. This is what I want to say though about that, because I couldn't skip over this one just because it's so random. See, Malcolm Kuntz past 2 weeks, 5 sacks over the past 2 weeks. So even though Max is out here getting doubled every snap, Max has turned so elite that it's opening up opportunities for everyone else. And if you're the Raiders, that is the best sight to see, because it wasn't like that for the longest time. Kind of was like Max is the only guy that can eat, but he's not eating enough to where he's going to get doubled every snap, and it just doesn't work. But now Max is so dominant. You can't sleep on him for even a snap, and it's just opening up everything for everyone else.
You'd hope Tyree Wilson would take a little bit more of a step, but as long as the defense is progressing, I guess that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely.
A team that seems like they're regressing is the Chiefs, though. In all the years, I've never seen like Kelsey and Mahomes frustrated like this.
No, that's where the number one question needs to be asked. It's like literally, what is wrong with this team?
Matt Nagy's calling the plays,
but that, like I said, that's what makes no sense, because then you go back to he was still calling them last year, so it's like Nagy already won a Super Bowl as the offensive coordinator.
Wasn't Bieniemy calling it?
Wait, no, but Nagy was in the building. That's right.
Nagy was the quarterback coach, and once Bieniemy left to Washington,
see, that's why for whatever reason, in my head I've been mistaken. That Nagy was the one calling him last year.
I believe it was Bieniemy.
No, but whole time. Oh man. See, you can't even make this. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't make this up.
I don't know, but
it's
that's the thing is like,
because I can't believe I'm stupid for not realizing this. I should have had recognized that brain cramp earlier in the timeline here.
I don't think anyone really knows who's actually calling the plays for the Chiefs, but that would be the biggest change, in my opinion, to the offense.
I feel like no matter what, though, Andy's greenlighting everything.
Oh,
so it's like, no matter what, I'm never going to put it just on Nagy. It's just because that would just be like, I'm sure it's a big thing of it, but I think no matter what, I still think Andy's pulling more of the rope, where he's calling more shots. So it's like, it's just, I think, so let's get into the stats. It's like, what's wrong? I don't know. But how about this? Patrick Mahomes only 4 games this year, over 300 yards. And if any other QB, that would not be an issue. But this is Mahomes. That's not normal for him.
That's how you know it's the coaching.
Right.
And receivers.
And then this to tangent with it, 7 games under 250 passing yards this year. Now, that's a huge issue if
That's
you're Mahomes.
brutal.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. And not that, again, the receiving core and everything's bare bones, but
No, it's bad. I think this offseason is the one where they're really going to invest in receiver. Yeah, man, the Chiefs defense is still playing really, really good, but it's like very little run game.
I think that might be the biggest thing on offense recently, though, too, is these past few years, the Chiefs, they marry that run game to the pass game so effectively. And now you don't even have to try to stop the run. And then it's like we can just sell out on Mahomes.
I mean, losing to a division rival like this in a playoff run for seeding, just not a good look. I mean, the Raiders are making it known who they are, but I mean, also, I think what is happening in Mahomes now will paint a broader picture for the whole NFL. It's like even the best cannot get it done with good coaching and good weapons around them.
It is insane. Like this year's Chiefs, like they said, what's that meme where they say it has to be studied in a lab for years to come? Like, like the 2023-2044 Chiefs, get this team in a lab. We need them studied.
Especially depending on what they do in the playoffs. Because like, what really can they do? I don't know. I don't know what this team is going to look like in the playoffs.
I'm never counting them out. I still could see them winning the Super Bowl because I know their makeup. But like we would agree on, it's never felt farther away than this year, by far.